like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my part two, okay? Part two of the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta episode 1. It was 2 hours. It could have been just 2 episodes. They didn't need to put these 2 episodes on today. Like, it just wasn't needed, honey. You know what I'm saying? But first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a hoe. J-Bird, J-Bird, dun 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 dun, and all that good shit. Okay, and all that good stuff. Do not forget to like, comment, and share. Do not forget to hit that notification bell and to shop my Teespring merchandise and to follow me on Instagram. But all of that is in the description box below. Let's get into this shit, okay? Oh yes, the shit. Look. I don't know why some people is on this show already, and I'm already confused. I have some pictures on. I'm gonna pull them up as we talking, cause I ain't feel like preloading shit. Okay, Shekinah. Why Shekinah on here? Okay, and I know it's a big old picture. I gotta shrink stuff down. Okay, it takes a lot to put up these damn pictures, but Shekinah. I didn't realize till just now that's not a really good picture of her. Shekinah Joe. Y'all know Shekinah Joe is the best friend or good friend of Tiny. They had Tiny and Shekinah. She was also on, the T.I. and Tiny show a little bit or whatever. She on this show in some capacity, but she saying how they good friends or whatever. And I believe they're good friends, but I'm not sure what she kind of out here doing because she's interviewing Kirk and Rashida. It was some like love and relationship and brands with Kirk and Rashida. I was confused. I'm like, is Shekinah Joe, like, does she have a talk show, a panel show? Like, can anybody run a space and have people there and could come and just sit? I could do that my damn self. Let me run some space and have Jenny's Corner all up and through somebody's convention center. But they chit chat, you know what I'm saying? Kirk and Rashida been together for 19 years, married for 19 years. And, overcoming the whole infidelity thing and, the whole break, not even a break baby. There's a oops baby. Oops, I got my girlfriend pregnant. Baby or whatever. And, Kirk like, yeah, it's been really, really hard or whatever. And I can't believe how some people who don't know me and who not even in my life is upset about something I did in my life because you're on a show, sir. He says, yeah, I know I did wrong and it was bad, 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 blah, blah, blah. But we overcame it. Rashida, hell, they together now, so I don't care. But it's their 19-year wedding anniversary. So Rashida telling the girls, like, we're going to have like a little family dinner, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to meet Cannon. What? So Rashida has still not met Kirk, her husband's sad baby. And he coming over for their wedding anniversary so she can start getting to know him and have him around. I say, girl, okay. Baby, I gotta meet your baby now. Like, it would take me some time. Like, I would say, like, you go ahead and deal with that baby or whatever. I may need a little bit more time. I don't know how much time I would need, but I don't know. Mimi again bring up how, Stevie introduced Faith to EU without telling. Did she? Did he? Oh my God. Really? I'm like, why they acting like Faith is a straight up stranger, crackhead lady? I'm like, y'all don't know Faith? Y'all don't? Rashida, ain't you, girl? Rashida was an artist. You don't know Faith, artist Rashida? No? Okay. Anyway, oh my God, girl, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he did that. Why not? It's fucking Stevie J. So we do see Scrap De Leon, okay? He is at his mama's house or whatever, and he is about to meet his father, okay? And, for him, He like, I ain't calling that nigga daddy. Like, I ain't got time for all that. I'm still wondering how he alive, and no one told me. My mom told me when I was little that he died. So he's confused about what's going on. So we do see saying Scrap De Leon is there. We do see Karen's King is there. And Karen just looks a little bit shocked, okay? I feel like Karen looks like the gig is about to be up. And I'm going to have to tell my son I've been lying all this time, okay? And so we do see his daddy come in. Now, his daddy is Big Will. I'm like, why they call that man Big Will? We never knew. Scrap's name is Will, whatever. So this is Scrap's daddy. So these are Scrap's parents. Okay. So those are his parents. And I'm like, oh, he got a daddy's nose. So, and I also have my bio dad's nose, but anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, Scrap, you can tell he's a bit aggravated. You know what I'm saying? He's a bit just upset. Because again, I'm 30 years old. I ain't never met you. I thought you was dead, but you ain't never came and tried to get me when my mama was in jail. You've never reached out to me and tried to be a father in my life. And I had needed a father figure a whole bunch of times, and your ass wasn't ever there. And when he get there, when he's talking, he says, because Scrap is like, what you got to say? Like, what you here for? Scrap talking to him as if, what I'm saying, he got all these questions. But I at least then realized when Big Will says, I be trying to talk and say stuff, but, what I'm saying, I can't. I realized what he meant mainly only because of Eva talk about how her father was after his stroke. So I'm assuming that Scrap's father stroke also caused him to lose some communication abilities, meaning he can't verbalize what he trying to say the right way. He does say, like, I can write stuff down, but it's hard for me to talk and say stuff. Like, I can't say stuff. But Scrap is upset, and he don't get what Big Will mean by I can't talk. And he like, what you want to say? And you can see that Big Will is trying to like find the words, but he can't. And then Karen asks, who I feel like Karen lying. Will you talk to me over the phone just fine? He say, yeah, but a little bit. It wasn't that much of what I said. And again, I only know this because Eva just on the last episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, her father had a stroke and he has aphasia, and someone enlightened me on what that meant. And I'm like, okay, I get it. And by how his father's talking, he's not saying many words. And you can see him trying to think of words to say. Anyway, so at this point in time, Will is saying how, well, I didn't know where you were. Okay, I didn't know where you were all these years or whatever. And he was saying how Karen didn't tell him stuff, and that's why, what I'm saying, he wasn't around like he shoulda, coulda, woulda been, okay? So Scrap, like, I don't care what happened, I don't care about that, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about him. Well, he walks out, because Scrap is upset that he has these questions, and Big Will can't answer them. Not because he don't want to, because he literally can't answer the question. So Scrap, of course, gets frustrated, walks outside, his brother Sass go behind him. And I don't care about no stroke. I don't care about no coma. I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't here for me. When she went to jail, he didn't come get me. Like, she bought me shoes. Like, he ain't do nothing for me. And Sass said the most realistic thing. Well, he said, one, we're Muslim and we can't sit here and hold a grudge. And I said, one thing. But he then said, you know what I'm saying? He here now. He the reason you able to come see us, and you can't hold on to what happened in the past. He trying to be for you now. You know what I'm saying? So kind of, you know what I'm saying? See what's going on right now, or whatever. And then Scrap also brings up how for him, he said, I feel like it's more to the story, and he can't tell me, and mama ain't saying something or whatever. And so they go back in and talk. So Big Will say how, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying, I'm here now, like we can try to do things, you know what I'm saying, because I love you. Scrap then brings up how, you know, I got two boys or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and, did you have a father? He say no. He says, so you know what it's like to not have a father, to have to be the, the older figure to your little brother. He points to Sass. He said, I got two sons. You know what I'm saying, my sons call me daddy. I've never said that to anyone. And Will says, well, I love you. So I love you and I'm here now. And Scrap says, well, why you love me? And Will said, I just love you, period. And I was like, the fact that this man is having to find the words to say, you know what I'm saying? You can tell he can't really have a conversation in depth. You know what I'm saying? He can't, and what Scrap want to hear, he just can't, he can't communicate that, you know what I'm saying, right now, whatever. I appreciate that Scrap then reached out his hand to Big Will, and I think, do I have the picture? I think I do. Yeah, he reached out his hand to him, and he said, you know what I'm saying, hey, excuse me, I had to burp, I'm sorry. He says, hey, I'm Scrap. No one calls me Will. You know what I'm saying? Nice to meet you. And Will is like, okay, but he can't say much. And I really wish somebody would have just maybe explained to Scrap that it wasn't that he didn't want to answer Scrap questions. I think Scrap just didn't fully know what he meant by I can't um talk about whatever. So we see that whole thing. We see Carly at home with her man, her Arkansas Mo. I didn't get his picture because I showed y'all on a part one of the thing or whatever. And Arkansas Mo, I'm like, I just pray to God he's from Arkansas. I have a friend who I went to high school with, who we call him Cincinnati. That's not that man's name. And he wasn't even from Cincinnati, but that's what we still call him. Even though right now he lives in Atlanta. So it's just funny. Anyway, but Arkansas Mo and her up in the house, he making breakfast for her. She in her little cute little pajamas. She looks pretty with natural makeup. She should wear natural makeup more often. She looks so cute right there. She brings up how he's a self-made man and how he loves her. He loves the daughter. And they have a whole little wonderful relationship, planning the wedding and all that good shit, good shit, good shit. They go from chit-chatting about that to her bringing up Spice wanting to bleach her skin. And he just tells her how, people have been programmed to think light skin and straight hair is better. But you need to just remind her that ain't the truth, okay? And I feel like that's common knowledge. Lighter skin and, straighter hair is not, oh, it's the best. No. It's not. We have to learn to just love ourselves regardless of the color of our skin. Like, we all black. It don't matter if you light or dark skin. They see you as black. Okay? Period. At least I don't see color in that way. You know what I'm saying? I never have. I just don't. I don't know if it's because my family is very intermingled. We have all kind of shades and colors and hair textures, and we have just a whole little rainbow of the African American culture in my family on all sides. So I think because I've grown up seeing the different beautiful colors of African American skin, I've never had an issue with the color of our skin. I've loved it all. Anyway, so we see that whole thing. We then see Spice in the studio, and she doing that song that she came out with months and months ago. We've seen this whole thing kind of play out in social media, and she's saying how she's gonna now push this skin color issue. She was talking right, but she was talking in her Jamaican accent, okay? And I couldn't understand a lot of what she was saying, not because she wasn't speaking English, but because she was speaking so fast in her Jamaican tongue. Like, the words were I was just confused. I don't know what she was saying. Her accent confused me. The gist of what she was saying, though, was what I believe she was saying, like, in Jamaica, getting your skin bleached is a big deal. It's not really it's not acceptable there. It's more acceptable here in America. That ain't really true. We don't like it here either. The same judgment you probably get in Jamaica, you get here too. I don't believe that part. She brings up how her friends are telling her that they don't think it's a good idea for her to bleach her skin. She brings up how girls who are lighter than her will get pushed further because of their skin tone. And so, I'm like, I feel like Spice is doing this for a storyline a little bit. it may be some validity to how she wants to bring awareness to people who, dog black skin as black people. I get that too. But I feel like it's something about this that to me seems opportunistic. And it's something about this that seems to me attention grabbing. Um, I don't think anyone seeing you do all this is going to make them like your music anymore. I feel like if you are authentically yourself, people will like your art regardless. I do feel like she it's just, I'm not saying it's not true that people sometimes who have lighter skin in the industry will get pushed further. But I'm saying is the answer to that is not to bleach your skin. It just isn't. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. We do see Mimi and Stevie talk because Mimi didn't invite Stevie over, or Stevie just came and popped up. I don't know which one, but he's at her house and they chit chatting. And you know what I'm saying? He like, so what happened at your house or whatever? What happened? Oh, well, someone tried to steal my car, and they shot at me. But you were in LA, so what do you think you could have done? So she's upset. He's upset, okay? Because he like, you could have called me. For what? For what? He then said, well, what was your girlfriend? She's in Israel. Why? It's a whole little thing between them two. But again, it's a fucking storyline. I don't think her car getting shot up a storyline. I think their anger is a storyline. That Mimi and Stevie play off each other well. I feel like they have a great co-parenting relationship, but they also know they can fuss and fight about shit and really be cool. It is for the camera, okay? I really believe that. Anyway, Mimi again is upset. Like, how would you introduce your wife to our daughter without telling me? He feel like she upset because he married Faith and he ain't marry her. I believe about 19% of that. I do feel somewhere deep, deep, deep down that Mimi does feel like, well, damn, I was with you all that time. I put up with all this bullshit. You never married me. You never legally married Jocelyn, but you legally married Faith out the blue. So I do think it's like a 19-20% validity to him saying that she could be upset that he married Faith and she didn't know. I believe that. Again, ain't more than 20% though. Ain't more, and I don't think it's like jealousy anger. I think it's just damn, really, motherfucker, anger. And you have that when you with somebody for so long and they move off and be good for another bitch. You be like, motherfucker, really? I should blow up your. You get this. You get affected sometimes, but you had that feeling for like maybe an hour. And then you over it, okay? You keep fucking your own man or your own woman, okay? And you keep it pushing. So, she then bring up, I want to meet her, okay? We need to meet. So he said, cool, I set it up. And then what did she do? Get out my house and go to the bank and give me some money. I'm like, okay, do that. So we do see Stevie and Faith have a conversation. Faith never knew that when she met Eva, that Mimi never knew she was going to meet Eva. So she's like, oh, it was so great meeting Eva, whatever. Like, how did your meeting with Mimi go? He like, well, she's a bit upset because, of you meeting Eva. She's like, well, she did know I was meeting her, right? He's like, well, no, I don't think so. He like, oh. She like, oh, here you go with the bullshit. So she like, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I will be upset too. And I look forward to meeting Mimi. And I'm like, Faith seems very level-headed. So that's one little good thing. We do see the new chick called Pooh. Look, I feel like it's only episode 1, hour 2 of this show. And I don't really... Where's this girl picture? Lord Jesus. I don't really understand. First of all, I don't understand her face. It looks really, really pulled tight. Okay. It's real, like I just had surgery tight. I don't like her sideburns. I don't like her little faded, her little faded, baby hair. That's, we know it's used with a little toothbrush. She look very, her face looks surgical. Okay, very surgical. It's like she had some things done to her face to make it sit that still. But her name was Pooh. She's a socialite. She's married to some record exec. Man, I don't know. Hinesdale. It's a weird ass name. I don't need no new. It's too soon, in my opinion, to introduce new cast members. I feel the bullshit's brewing. Okay, and the reason I say this is because this whole new cast member was sitting up there with Erica, Mimi. I think Sierra was there. Sierra bring up how her and Brosco, whatever that man's name is still together but not together. And I'm like, it's some bullshit afoot. It's some bullshit afoot. And then, Pooh, this is Pooh, who brings up how her and her man be doing things with other people. And they bring it, they share, they all freely open relationship type stuff. They do things with people, okay? And so from there, Pooh then say, did y'all get an invite to Carly wedding? I didn't get one. I say, there we go. That's the bullshit I seen coming. She gonna be the person fucking with Carly. Look, girl, I don't know if Carly planned this, if Mona planned this, or if Jesus himself to say, you know what, I want to piss y'all off. I'm gonna send some down there that's gonna irk y'all nerves. And it seems to be Pooh. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right to now. And they only had this scene so she can tell us that she know Carly. And that her and her husband be motorboating females together. Okay. Anyway, we then see Carly later. She goes to um Sierra's shop to get her edges laid. And I don't know why. Because her edges still look real dirty and crusty. And like, you know what I'm saying? She just should not have let her. The girl, I don't like when anybody put any kind of product on dry hair and let it dry up. It looks dirty. Okay? When you put dry product on dry weave hair, it looks hard. Y'all be having these edges that be looking hard as slavery. And I don't know why. Like, you should not go to a shop and say, hey, can you put some hard stuff on my edges? Are they coming up? Get you a new wig. Get your hair redone, okay? That hard shit you put on your edges is making it tough for America, okay? Anyway, so at the shop, when she getting her crusty edges done, Sierra brings up how they was at Pooh house, and Pooh was saying how she did not get invited to Cardi wedding. Cardi looking all upset. This bitch. Cardi brings up how her and Pooh used to be cool. They used to hang out, but she realized Pooh was like a user. She like, you know what I'm saying, being around certain people for who they know. And you know what I'm saying, she said, I feel like she's an opportunist and she does not carry herself as a married woman. I'm like, but Carly, neither do you. You done had a man 5 minutes. You think you the wife? Girl, look, I can't. I cannot, okay? Usually I feel like wives would be the one who will say, as a wife, I was hanging with another wife and realized that wife wasn't acting like a wife. But how not saying if you're a single woman, you can't say she ain't acting like a wife. But I feel like, Carla, you can't tell anybody how to act like a wife. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm still on Team Carly a little bit. But I feel like you going too far saying she was acting like a wife. But whatever works for her marriage works for her marriage. I'm just saying. So Carly then bring up how the girl Pooh told the blogs that Carly slept with her husband even though she never did. And Sierra says, well, I heard that. I heard that in the blogs. I didn't know Sierra did. No, I didn't know Pooh was the one who leaked it to the blogs. Who leaked their own stories? Everyone on Love and Hip Hop. Y'all all leak your own goddamn own stories. Carly said, bottom line, I don't fuck with her. Okay, I don't fuck with her. So we do see Scrap talking to his mom and to his brother. And he just brings up how he feel like things don't add up. He like, how all of a sudden, after all these years, my mom was able to get in contact with my father to get in contact with my sister. Like, some don't add up, whatever. And I need to figure it out. He says he wonder what Will would have said to him if he had the words to do it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I wonder what he would tell me. Like, so I can't get it from him. I have to go to my mama. Okay. And so he asked Ken, like, if, when you was locked up, did he ever reach out to you and try to like contact you or me or whatever? Karen kind of comes clean. Karen says how, me and him met. I said I wanted to be married and be with somebody, had kids or whatever. And he said, okay. She said we was a couple together or whatever. And one time I came home and it was a female in my house, and I ain't for the bullshit. She then says, so I left him. I left him and I never told him where I went. She says a little while later or whatever, she ended up getting arrested and going to jail. And she said, when I got out, I just never saw him again. And years later, someone told her, she heard through the grapevine, my lipstick looks horrible. I put this lipstick on this morning at like 10 o'clock, and I have ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and some jelly beans and two pickles, and this is what's left. So it looks bad, y'all, but I don't like taking it off. I'm taking it off when I'm done. Anyway, again, since someone told her that he was dead, and she said I didn't look back into it. She then, since I did find out a few years ago that he actually wasn't dead, she said, but I still didn't tell Scrap. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I didn't have to tell him that. And Scrap is like, well, I feel like that was your decision to not tell me. Like, how would you, she said, so he said, so if this would have never happened, would you have not told me that he was alive? And she was like, well, no. Girl, okay. Rashida meets Cannon. Cannon is a cute little boy. I'll say that. He's a cute little boy. You know, Rashida and them at the house, you know what I'm saying, little family dinner or whatever. And, you know, little baby Cannon meets his stepmama. Was it stepmama? Yeah, stepmama. And I didn't mean to put that all the way down there. Rashida, of course, looks like, oh shit, like he's a whole baby. Like it's a whole real mini Kirk right there. And you know, she seems overwhelmed, or not overwhelmed, just like it's a moment. It's like a, whew, okay, he's a real baby. He's right over there. He's a living, breathing soul. All right, it's okay. He had a whole baby. Oh, it's right there. Okay, like there's a whole realization of it. You know what I'm saying? He's two. He's terrible twos, all up and through. He on the phone, and when Rashida tried to take the phone from him just say hi, he's like, stop that. And she's like, you stop that. And I said, oh, here we go. And then she's like, well, does he have a pamper on? Like, is it a diaper? Like, is he potty trained? And when she goes to look at his see if it's a diaper or whatever, he's like, no, stop that. I'm like, okay, so he's learned the word stop that. And so Rashida, like, he gonna have to learn how, we run our house. And Kirk and Rashida both said, like, for them, a 2-year-old would be potty trained. Like, he wouldn't be running around and, like, pull-ups and diet like that. Just wouldn't happen. Kurt brings up how Rashida also says how, seeing him and how he is kind of like, no, like talking back to adults and like this kind of, not mean, but, terrible twos. She says it's an eye opener. It's a real eye opener. Kirk brings up, he says how, like, from what I see, he's always with his grandmother. Like, the mama be always hanging out, partying. I do wonder what she doing with the child support. Kurt. You can't be out here criticizing that girl because you the daddy. You know what I'm saying? You the whole full-fledged daddy. So he say, because of how crazy things are, him and the girl don't directly communicate. He has to go through her people or whatever. He says so, but he needs to be able to make sure that, Cannon's well-being is the top priority for everybody. He has to be better at communicating with them. I say boy back. But I can appreciate him saying how he knows he need to be around the kid more, and he needs to be able to do more to make sure that whatever his home life is consistently, safe. Okay. And Rashida just say, he gonna have to learn how I run my house. Okay. I say, girl, that's someone else's kid. I just, I don't know. But I feel like you do want a kid to be, respectful. But girl, I don't know. We do see, Faith and Mimi meet up. And I feel like, again, Stevie and Mimi has a whole thing to where they play off each other. And I feel like because they play off each other, sometimes these scenes, in my opinion, be pointless. Because I feel like they're not really beefing. They're not really arguing. Like, it's just a thing to where They're just playing the motions, okay? Playing the motions. So, he and Faith and Mimi meet up as I'm trying to pull up Faith's picture. Oh, it's almost 2 a.m., y'all. Um, Okay. So, they all meet up or whatever. Of course, Mimi is all, oh my God, I cannot believe it. You should have introduced me to her before, you know, she met Eva, blah, blah, blah. Mimi came in angry and cursing. Not to the point where like it's a fight, but she came in a little hot, look, a few cuss words or whatever, as some mothers would. You do want to meet your baby daddy's wife first. I just felt like she knew Faith, and it wasn't a big issue, in my personal opinion. But I still get that she wanted that respect of knowing it was going to happen. So he brings up how he's happy that Faith is in his life, mainly because she has helped him realize that he was wrong for not telling Mimi that he was going to introduce Eva to Faith. And I'm like, see, Faith is doing what she's doing. She's helping to keep the faith. Okay. So Faith does tell me, like, I didn't know that you didn't know that I was going to meet her. I didn't know that. And she said, I know, because it be Stevie. He be lying. He don't be doing stuff right. So Stevie, we know he's a flawed human being or whatever. But you can see Faith is forcing him to get out of the bullshit of being that flawed individual and telling him, like, if you say something, you have to do it. She brings up how sometimes he will say something and I'll say, wait a minute, but you didn't even do what you said you was going to do. She says, so sometimes she be on his head too, and that's why he's getting better at doing things. You know what I'm saying? She also brings up how Stevie then said, I don't need y'all teaming up against me and rubbing my faults in my face. I'm saying, I know I did wrong. I'm saying, I know I need to do better. Yes, you do. So even though Mimi had her mean girl face on and Faith was like trying to be quiet and reserved, Mimi and Faith talk enough to where Mimi realized Faith is really helping him be more responsible. And while she had the right to be upset, it wasn't as if it was like intentional. And I feel like Faith being Faith just kind of eased Mimi's tension filled brows and made her feel like, okay, Faith ain't gonna let Stevie keep getting away with bullshit, so I'm cool with that. I can be cool with Faith. And I'm like, okay, trifecta. Mimi brings up how, but you wanted me and Eva to uproot our life and move to LA. He said, because y'all ain't safe here. Hell, they may not be safe in LA. But she like, still it's a conversation we need to have or whatever. So Faith does like, okay, Stevie, you need to commit to coming when you say you're going to come. And if you're going to go visit. Just do it. Do it. Okay. And then they all good. Okay, they're all good. Mimi says how she sees that Faith is keeping him on his toes, and that she's a good addition to his life. That was it. That was very, very true. The new chick Pooh, she pops back up again, girl. She pops up to Carly's shop. And this was the ending scene, which I still felt like was some bullshit. So she popped up to Carly's shop. I still don't trust her edges. Okay, I do not trust edges that look like they have been brushed down with, toothpaste and like water. Carly, I don't trust her edges either, because they look just as bad in my opinion. She, girl, it just looks crusty. I don't like crusty. Baby hair should not look crusty, and it looks crusty to me, and I just don't like that. It irks my nerves. Anyway, wrong thing. I be trying to move stuff so much. I be having so many pictures up. So Carly at her shop, Mercy. This person walks in who people was on social media saying, asking if Pooh was trans. I don't think she's trans. I mean, she looks like a drag queen, but I don't think she's trans. I mean, I don't know. Let's just say that. Anyway, Pooh, I came to check on you because I ain't heard from you and whatever, and you having a wedding, and I didn't get an invite to your engagement party. And Carly like, okay, Well, whatever. I'm already over the whole Pooh and Carly Red thing, and it's only episode one. Carly tells Pooh like, I don't want to hang out with you because you messy and you move messy. You too friendly. You be just be touchy, feel, like filling people up or whatever, and I don't like it. Pooh then says how her husband, Hiram's his name, he's the shit in the industry or whatever, and he's this and he's that. He's on everybody's list, and she's like, girl, he was in the 1940s. When Carly said that man was up and coming in the 40s or the 20s, I said, bitch, how old is he? Is he Hugh? Is he? No, not Hugh Hefner because he's passed away. Anyway, so Pooh is upset. She's saying how her husband is a shit, how Carly stabs her in the back, and I'm confused now because somehow I feel like Pooh talking like we know her or her man, and we don't. We don't know you. This argument should have been saved by to like episode 5. Like I just feel like, girl, we don't know you enough to give a fuck about you being upset at Carly. Like we pick Carly. The point to make to the period. So she then says how Carly fucked her, sucked her husband's dick, and ate her cooch and licked her ass. And I said, you know, at this point in time, I give up. You a liar. I didn't do any of that. Look, Carly does a lot of things, and most of the things she do, she admits to it. I don't think Carly was out here eating ass and eating coochie and sucking. I don't believe it. I believe they maybe had some kind of easy threesome, possibly, maybe. But the way, you know what I'm saying, this Muppet, that's not nice, Jaylee. This person is trying to make it seem like I think she putting 10 on 20, 20 on 40, and 40 on 1,000. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't care enough. I don't give too many fucks. Okay? I'm done. You know, the girl leave out, Carly, whatever. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. I'm like, so do you suck ass too, lady? I don't know. And that's how I go off with them arguing about nothing and Carly saying that she didn't do it and the girl leaving her store. Girl, the fuck bye. Peace.
He's like love, 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 and music.